Now, when I click on save here, the next part it will then talk about is the fast track safety netting resources. And these are actually available for all of our customers. So it doesn't matter whether you're a template manager or whether you're a resource publisher, you will have access to the fast track safety netting resources. Now, you don't need to get through to it this way. If you just want to open up the fast track template separately, you can. So just go back to the run template option and search for fast track, and you will find the next template that I'm about to show you here. But if you have been using our analyzer tool, it's now suggesting whether or not you want to launch the fast track safety netting template, which I am going to do. And the whole point of the fast track safety netting template is to support you with your cancer safety netting work as part of your network DES. So if you don't have a cancer safety netting process in place, or you want to change that to make it more consistent, then this template and these resources are really good to help you implement that change within your practice. It's really helping you to keep track of those patients that have been sent a 2-week wait referral. Keep track of any urgent diagnostics for your patients. And it also gives you the ability to monitor your high-risk patients. If you're not ready to send them on to secondary care yet, you want to monitor their symptoms, then this resource here can help you with that as well. So it's broken down the template into the 3 different areas I mentioned there. So you've got your referral tracking, which I'll talk about first. You've got your diagnostic tracking, and then you've got your symptom safety netting. If we start with the referral tracking, at the very top, here is the tick box here to tick to say that you have done cancer safety netting for that patient. And we've highlighted that in red because that is a network contract DES requirement. So we're reminding you that you need to complete this information to meet that requirement. What this system is looking out for is a fast track code to be entered into the patient's record. So this next step here, we'll look at the fast track codes being used. Now, either you can select the fast track referral that the patient's being sent for, but if you're using our cancer referrals within your system, which I'm going to show you next, then automatically that will put a fast track code in the patient's record. So if you've done that, you'll be able to see the information on the right-hand side. And I will show you our cancer referrals shortly. And then moving down, information that you've given to that patient. So again, rather than you having to type that information out, you can just tick that you've given written information to that patient. You can say that you've advised what's happening next, etc. So you can use the tick boxes there to complete your consultation. And we've also got a link to the patient information for urgent referrals, should you wish to give that to your patient. And remember, you've got a link there. So if you're using anything like AccuRx, you'll be able to text that patient that information if needed. Now, what will then happen is that will then go into the system. So the system can see that you have put a fast track referral in place. And what it will then do is then check in to see whether or not your admin team have coded the fact that the patient has been seen in clinic. And when they are using this system, it's really important that they're using the following seen in fast track codes in order to make this system work. And if the system cannot see after 3 weeks' time that this patient has had a seen in code, it's assuming that this patient is outstanding. So in the pink box and the QOF box on the right-hand side, you'll get an alert here to say that there is a 2-week fast track referral outstanding for that patient. So anyone that's accessing that patient record will be able to see that information. Now, this is not the only way that we're flagging up, because we understand it's not also the safest way. We also have searches in the background, which you can be a bit more proactive. You can get your secretaries, your admin team to run on a regular basis to make sure that patients are being picked up regularly when they are outstanding with their referral. And I will show you where those searches are in a minute. So just need to make sure that your admin team are recoding the scene in, so it then clears the alert on the right-hand side in the pink box. We also do the same for diagnostic tracking. So here, if you want to keep track of any urgent diagnostics, then you can tick the urgent box. This is really useful for your fit testing as well. We've got the option for fit testing in there, should you wish to keep track of your fit tests for your patients. So again, that's another thing that is required for your investment impact funds. So that is there for you to use as well. Or it might mean that you're urgently sending them for a CT scan, a blood test, etc. So you can use all of the relevant tick boxes here to say exactly what you want to track that patient for. And what will then happen after 3 weeks time, if the system cannot see results have automatically come through for that patient, then you'll be alerted in the pink box to say that there's outstanding diagnostics for that patient. And the last part of this, before I show you the searches, is a symptom safety netting. So this is mainly for your high-risk patients who you may want to monitor in the meantime. If you click on the symptom safety netting page here and tick the active monitoring of patient box, you can say what you're monitoring for that patient. So you can pop in all of the information in the text box there. And then using the date field, you can then specify how long you're monitoring those symptoms for. So I'm going to say 1 week's time, so 1W, and that will work out a date for 1 week's time for me. M for months, D for days, Y for years. Obviously, it won't be years, but just that's how the calculations work within EMIS. Again, you'll get a little pop-up alert in the box here when it's due for those patients to have those symptoms monitored again. Now, I've mentioned searches. So if I go to the population reporting area, to find the fast track safety netting searches, this is where you found the possible cancer searches earlier. So the fast track safety netting searches, you'll be able to find in the 5.6 Ardens cancer searches folder. Within that, you'll have a search folder for fast track safety netting, broken down by the same way as the template. So you've got your referrals, your diagnostics, and your symptoms. For your fast track referrals, you can either be a bit proactive. So this is letting you know a little bit earlier outstanding referral forms. So these referral forms are outstanding between 10 days and 3 weeks old. You want to get to them a bit sooner than that. These are outstanding 3 weeks to 90 days old. And these are outstanding more than 90 days old if you want to do some housekeeping and make sure that everything is okay for those patients. Just to note that the fast track alert will disappear after 90 days. So it won't sit in the alert box forever, but it's just definitely worth checking your process at the moment if you want to use this system, because I know a lot of the time letters come back via DocMan. So you could set up a way in DocMan where it's coding the actual fast track CNIN codes rather than anything else. You can do that on DocMan, or just in general, just alerting your admin team that we do have templates in place, which will show them what CNIN codes to use if they wish to use them. For your diagnostics, again, it will show you anything that is old between 3 weeks and 90 days old or more than 90 days old. And we've also broken down your fit testing too. So if you just want to focus on your fit testing that is outstanding, then you've got that information there. So no results have come in, or they've come in and they've not been reviewed. And last of all, you've got your symptoms there. So this is the third page that I showed you in the template. And this is looking at patients who are due their symptom monitoring in the next week, or they're outstanding up to a month, or they're outstanding more than a month. So it's almost like a mini recall system when it comes to your symptom monitoring. And then we've just included this folder here, which is a network DES cancer safety netting. There is another place that you can look at this as well, but this is looking at all of the 2-week wait referrals for suspected cancer where there has been no safety netting in place, in case you want to go in and make sure that's all updated. When you run these searches here, the patients that you need to do the work on is a population included tab. You'll find a lot of the Ardens searches, it's the population included tab you need to go to meet the criteria. All of these searches, whether it's a positive or a negative, they're normally in the population included tab. So it's slightly different for your QOF searches where you're normally looking at the population excluded tab. So that's our fast track safety netting resources. And again, I hope that's made sense, and let me know if there are any questions. I am monitoring the questions, but I don't think there's anything that's come through for the fast track. So hopefully that has made sense, but give us a shout if you want me to clarify anything more on that.